Hi everybody, it's Dandruff with your news cartridge for Tuesday, March 14th, 2017, and this is a different type of show. I have absolutely no script, I'm totally out of my comfort zone, and here we have a special guest star, Ashley Silverdust.
Hi.
Hi,
Hello.
Ashley. Ashley's channel will be down in the description down below. Please go check her out. She is a wonderful Let's Player. She plays a lot of free games to make sure that everybody can play games and enjoy the content that she creates.
I play a lot of different stuff, but yeah, basically.
Well, I enjoy your channel. And she's really close to 300 subs. Let's get her to 300, everybody.
Yay!
Alright, so up first, the first thing that I'm seeing... By the way, this is not going to be in my usual format. I tried to do the little stuff first, and then move into the bigger stuff, ending with the most meaty topic for the day. But obviously that's not going to happen today because it's all going to be unfiltered, off the cuff, just how we get to it as we get to it. So if we cover the big thing in the middle, we cover the big thing in the middle. If we cover it in the beginning, cool. If we cover a lot of stuff in a lot of the little stuff in the middle, that's just the way it's gonna work.
All right, you'll be fine.
Yeah, we'll be all right. We'll do this. All right. So Orisa is joining the Overwatch roster next week. I have not played Orisa, but she looks cool.
She does look cool.
Is it a she?
Yeah, I think it's a she, right?
It's a robot, so I don't know.
Oh, let's not get into gender.
Oh, jeez, yes. No, let's not do that. That's a whole other side of YouTube. Oh, jeez, yeah.
But, I mean, in general, isn't it a female if the name starts with an A? That's really...
It starts with an O, though.
I mean, ends with an A.
Oh.
You know I just woke up. You're gonna have to bear with me a little.
I don't know if that qualifies. I'm not sure if that actually, ends in an A is a female name. I know a lot of female names do end in A, but that's a thinker.
That's a thinker.
My goal was to play Overwatch during my break, so I guess I'll try her out on the PTR. I know I've got it downloaded.
I don't have the PTR downloaded. I don't actually play Overwatch a lot, but I mean, it's a great game, and I love it when new characters come out, and that's usually when I will jump in, because it's exciting. Like, you want to see how different it is from the other characters you've played, and see how it stacks up against the other ones that usually give you a hard time. Who is it for this one that they're hoping it kind of counters, like Bastion?
Bastion is getting a lot of buffs lately on the PTR. Yeah, and I can't wait to try him out. I heard they rolled a lot of it back, though. I know she was supposed to be, like, the substitute for Reinhardt, or at least she was supposed to be, like, there's another good tank other than Reinhardt, because everybody pretty much need a Reinhardt in order to play. It's usually Reinhardt and Roadhog or Zarya.
Right.
So... we'll see. I mean, I got good hopes for her. I haven't played her yet, and I need to probably play her today.
When does it come out?
Oh, yeah, that is a good question. March 21st. So next week, 21st. A week from today. Next Tuesday.
Okay.
All right, so there you go. Orisa comes to the main game next week, Tuesday. Pokemon Sun and Moon players get Ash's iconic hat for Pikachu to wear in-game. Big fucking deal.
Gotta catch 'em all.
I've also noticed that me doing a news show for a year and a half has made me really cynical about fucking news.
Right.
It's like Mass Effect Andromeda has 1,200 speaking characters. Well, big fucking whoopie-doo. Are they any good? Can we please, like, just not have quantity? Quantity is not quality. Quantity is not necessarily a good thing. 1,200 unique, fully voiced characters. Why? 1,200 really shittily written characters. 1,200 characters with one line apiece.
Yeah.
By the way, this is totally going in the video.
Okay. We'll include the largest number of voice characters out of any game in the series. Okay.
I'd say out of any game ever. What other game has more than 1,000 unique characters in it? I mean, even Fallout, I don't think has that many. I maybe World of Warcraft has that many, but I know they're not like there. A lot of them are done by the same voice actors and stuff. They've got a
Yeah,
couple.
that's what I was gonna say. Usually, like with WoW, I'm sure one person does like 30 freaking characters.
Yeah, and
You know,
I would expect that because that's what voice actors generally do.
if not more,
Yeah.
depending. You know what? That doesn't specify actors either, though.
Yeah, no, it doesn't. So, 1,200
So
characters voiced by 6 guys.
who knows? But you know what? That does kind of make me want to like play the game, to listen to the voices.
I'm actually interested in it because a lot of people say I haven't played anything in the Mass Effect series, but a lot of people have given it a lot of positivity, and I know
Same
there's a
here.
lot of good
Yeah.
things about it. So, and I mean, Andromeda is not like it's a standalone series. It's not going to be a continuation from the regular Mass Effect, or if it is, they're just going to be like little story plots to connect it. It won't necessarily be like you have to have played the first two or the first trilogy in order to play this one.
I
Um,
noticed this article though. It says, oh, okay, never mind. Never mind. Don't mind me.
okay.
It looked like it was only coming out on console, but
No, it's coming out on
the word
PC.
PC's there.
No, it's coming on PC.
Don't mind me.
And I mean, my computer should play it fairly well. I heard the system requirements for it are kind of high, but I'll be fine.
Yeah, you'll be fine.
3 gig 1060 to run it at 30 FPS at 1080p, which seems like that does not seem right. Then they changed their spiel and went to it's going to be 30 FPS minimum on a 3 gig 1060. I
Okay.
don't know. I would like a little bit more testing and maybe some
Right?
benchmarks from the developer to show that yes, this is it running with a 4790 and a 1060. This is what you're
Right.
going to get. I don't like this whole minimum requirement thing. We need to change that shit. That's what I'll get on the bandwagon of changing the minimum requirements to giving a benchmark.
That
It's
is a
not a
good point, though. Like, if you're going to give like requirements, why not do it in detail? Like, explain or don't,
I
kind of
completely
thing.
agree.
Yeah.
And I mean, that would just give people like, the tech people like me, instead of just saying, oh, you need a quad core, 8 gigs of RAM, and 2 gig video card, which is like 1,000 different combinations, more than that. But like, there's so many quad cores with 8 gigs of RAM and 2 gigs of video RAM out there. And they're so varied that the performance of one is gonna be nowhere near the performance of another. So yeah, I don't know, because you can have a Core 2, like, I mean, I'm probably gonna cut all this out, but you can have a Core 2 quad with 8 gigs of RAM and a 580. I think a 580 had 2 gigs of RAM on it. If not the 680, definitely had 2 gigs of RAM on it. And then versus like 950, which had 2 gigs of RAM on it, and a KB Lake i7. Like, that is gonna perform way better than a 680. I don't know what they're doing. I'd
Yeah.
rather see benchmark. Kafkaesque Nightmare.
What?
There's a horror game called Pathologic, the Marble Nest. Pathologic, the Marble Nest.
That's a topic I think I want to bring up. The like titles, game titles, like, oh my God. From a creator standpoint, the name of a game does matter to me
Oh, absolutely.
because, and even from a news standpoint, like, you want to fit that in your titles, fit that in your tags, work it into your descriptions. And some games, it's like there's like 8 words and a semicolon and 8 more words. And it's like, nobody's going to make content about your game because it's not going to fit in the title of a YouTube video.
Not only that, but the thing that I've had to do from the other show that I do for MGN is literally cut games out, because when I searched it up on YouTube, I can't
That
find it.
too.
I can't
That too.
find it. Like, and if I type in, this game, whatever the name of the thing, and game, and I still can't find it, or I type in the name of the thing, and Steam, and I still can't find it, I'm not going to recommend this game. I can't recommend that
But
game to YouTubers, because then those YouTube videos are just going to get lost in correlation to something else.
But those, the only thing about that is those games haven't released yet. So why would there be videos on some of those? You
There's,
know?
that's a good point, but review copies generally get out and early builds generally get out, and YouTube is an advertising platform. So people are advertising their game on YouTube, and if there's not a way to find
That's
that
true.
advertisement, then what good does it do? YouTubers are trying to create content with that game.
Right, but if there's nothing there, it's likely either too common of a name, so there's too many other results. So
Which that's
you
bad.
just can't specifically find it because there's all this other stuff. Or it's literally probably their first game, or they're just not doing like promoting their stuff on YouTube.
And
And
there's nothing wrong with that.
honestly, no, honestly, they probably need to learn to do that. Like,
That's a fair point. No, that's a fair point.
because it's there, why not use it? People search, when you search on Google, YouTube results come up. I don't know, if you're a game dev, I feel like you should have a channel dedicated for like advertising.
It'd be free. It wouldn't cost you a thing. You could upload. You could show people the development process and everything. Yeah, I
Yeah,
think it would be a great idea for every developer that establishing either a new studio or a new game. Because if you establish your own YouTube channel as a studio, you can just upload every game that you make there.
right?
Why wouldn't that would be a great advertising platform? People could find you directly based on your studio name, which is
Yeah,
generally a lot more unique and a lot easier to find than a game called like The Summoning or something.
right? And plus people are will leave feedback like on your channel too. And I know that there's already systems in place on like Steam for that, but on YouTube, maybe you're showing them a demo of you playing your game and you know your game better than anyone's going to. So the type of feedback you're going to get directly from them experiencing like you showing your game is different from the feedback you're going to get on like Steam from them just playing what you made and not seeing you play it or deliver whatever message it is that you're trying to deliver, because in a lot of cases there is some type of personal meaning if you put the time into making that, right? Anyway.
No, that's a very good point. I think that's a very good point.
I think about this stuff.
No, that's great. That's great to think about. I like that. That's a really good point. Oh, Zelda released Breath of the Wild documentary trilogy series today. I have not
What?
watched it because it was just literally just released today. But they released three different videos showcasing the making of The Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild. For anybody out there who's listening, go check it out. There'll be links in the description down below for it. So yeah, that'll be fun to watch
That's
later today.
awesome. Like, speaking of people showing off their games,
Yeah, there you go.
that's awesome.
And Nintendo of all people.
Yeah, we can't show you, but yeah.
Ubisoft just banned thousands of For Honor AFK farmers. Good fuckers.
AFK. Oh, really?
Yeah. I'm fine with that. I'm okay with
Yeah,
that. You're gonna be sitting AFK, costing everybody else's game. Get banned. Bye.
that's true.
I got no sympathy.
Yeah.
You want to farm? Play the game.
Yeah, definitely. Oh my goodness, there's so many. Oh my goodness, yes. You can like waste so much time with farming. That's really not fair. If there shouldn't be a way to actually
Well, you just join a
collect
game and you just
anything.
stand there and just let everyone else play the game
Yeah.
for you. And even if you lose, you will still get some XP. So your account will still your level will still go
Yeah.
up.
That's probably part of the reason why I personally really like turn-based like combat. If there's going to be something like that, I like turn-based because you usually have to like trigger an event that puts you into the battle to use the turn-based system. So you can't have people just doing that. They have to actively join and take their turns respectively.
We got some more on Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. Uses dynamic resolution scaling, which is accounting for the reason why, while it's on the dock, it's getting worse performance on Nintendo Switch. I also read something earlier about how there is a bug for the Wi-Fi on the Switch, which is causing some frame rate drops.
I imagine that must have like a built-in Wi-Fi card.
Oh, it does. It's got built-in Wi-Fi and Bluetooth, but something about the Wi-Fi signal is interrupting the frame rate, which I have never heard of before. I didn't know that was a thing,
Huh.
but it is a console. It does not operate like a computer, especially because I
Right.
don't think. No, the Switch is definitely not on x86. It's on ARM architecture. I don't know much about ARM. As little as I know about x86, I know even less about ARM.
So they're saying sorry, this is really interesting to me.
Yeah, this is
They're saying it's the Wi-Fi autocorrect feature.
auto connect feature. Disabling Wi-Fi auto connect helps prevent the CPU hit. Yeah.
But you would want to auto connect, like
Well, that you could manually connect.
you could, yeah, but what if you're out and about with it and you're part of the glamour, quote unquote, of the Switch is you can take it wherever. So you'd have to manually input it everywhere you go.
But that's only for Wi-Fi. That's not for like playing the game.
That's true.
You know, so if you took Legend of Zelda with you, like it doesn't have any online connectivity, so if you just disabled auto connect and you're playing Breath of the Wild, it's not going to do anything
Yeah.
positive or negative for you. You can also enable flight mode for the same effect, though it does not work when the console is docked. If you're out there and you have a Switch, turn off your auto connect for Wi-Fi, manually connect to your home, and you should be good. Be honest, I don't really feel like there's a great reason to use the Switch's Wi-Fi or online connectivity yet. Is there an online game? I think Super Bomberman R has online capability, but is there a bigger game? Is there one
No,
that's...
that's actually true though. Like people should just disable that if they're not using it because even if they're not using it, what's happening is it's triggering something in the CPU just because it's trying to connect. So let's say you're riding your bike through Main Street in your town and you hit all these different hotspots and your Switch is in your backpack trying to connect to all these different hotspots and for some reason it's saying that that's messing, like it hits the CPU and then hurts the frame rate because of that. But not only that, like you're not using it if you're riding your bike obviously, but if for some reason just in the technology there's a problem there, you're way better off just not using the Wi-Fi because like you said, like what's the point anyway? That's really weird though. I'm trying to think why that actually would happen. Like how can that...
I'm guessing it's trying to connect. My best guess from other, I'm shooting in the dark here, is it's trying to connect, and it's obviously going to require the CPU in order to execute that task, and it's probably trying to do it multiple times, so it's gonna hit the CPU over and over again while it keeps trying to reconnect.
That makes me think that there's something wrong with the CPU as well though.
No, I don't think
If it
so.
can't handle something like that.
I don't think that there's a problem with the CPU if it's trying to connect multiple times and it can't connect.
Yeah.
It's trying to do something that it's been told to do, but it just can't execute that task. So, and then it just reruns that protocol. They say they're working on a fix for it, and I know that this is absolutely something that could be taken care of in a software fix. This is not something that's gonna completely bog down the Switch and screw it over.
But I'd say definitely, if you're sitting in like McDonald's playing a game on your Switch, there could be other businesses nearby that have Wi-Fi also, and it could trigger even if you're sitting in the same spot.
This is true.
If you don't need it, don't use it, basically.
Right, for now, and then once they fix it, turn it on, and I would imagine that once you connect, you wouldn't need to connect again. Microsoft Store serves up discounted gaming PCs for Pi Day.
Interesting.
Ha! $1,700. No, thank you.
Wow. That's a discount. Yeah.
Shadow of War devs say that they are increasing the scale of the game. I never played Shadow of Mordor, so I don't know how big the scale would be. Oh, Overwatch may be coming to the Switch.
Really?
That would be very interesting. I think that would be a
Yeah.
really, really good move for both Nintendo and Blizzard, because they would have one of the most solid third-party games on their platform, and people would be able to take it on the go with them. They would have the only mobile Overwatch platform.
Right? That's pretty interesting.
And I know that just because of how well Overwatch runs and how good their coding is, it'll run on the Switch just fine 30 FPS. They
Yeah.
may be able to push it to 60 FPS if they lowered the resolution down to 720p or even maybe 900p. I don't know. I don't know what the Switch is exactly capable of.
You know, that would be a little bit. I don't know. I wouldn't want to play it on the Switch personally because to me, part of what I love about Overwatch is the environment, and I always want it on like my biggest monitor so I can fully experience it. So that I mean that would it doesn't really change the game, but it changes your experience.
Well, you could play it on the dock.
Yeah,
You could play it on dock with the controller.
you could.
You know, that's the whole like thing about it. It's like you don't have to play it on the little screen if you don't want to.
I mean that's true, but if that was the case, like I mean it's not something that's gonna I don't have the urge to get a Switch personally yet. I mean something like Overwatch that makes me think like, oh yeah, they're gonna have that game. That could be worth it. But I already have Overwatch for one. But yeah, I just know that if I was going to want it on a console, I might as well just get it for PS4. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, that's also because you already own a PS4, and I'm just
Yeah.
kind of thinking of console gamers who, you know, console gamers who their parents buy them things because they're young children. And if it's a parent trying to buy their kid a gaming device, they're going to go with something cheap. The Switch is the cheapest one right
Yeah,
now.
that's true. It's really interesting actually. Like something that's new and really what's the word I'm
Affordable.
looking for?
Very
It
affordable.
it is affordable, but it's also like getting buzz, like a lot of buzz.
Oh, yeah.
And it is actually more affordable than things with this much buzz would usually be. And I almost keep forgetting that. Like I keep feeling like the Switch is like $700 and completely out of reach.
And it's
But it's
not.
not.
It's totally at the price that it is now. It's well within reach. Actually, here's one
Yeah.
from Destructoid that says new data claims that Nintendo sold 1.5 million Switches worldwide so far. That is an impressive number.
That yeah, that's
And I
definitely.
think it's because it is so attainable. It really is only $300 for what you get. I think it's not that bad of a price. All of the strings attached to it kind of are because you got to buy the charging controller. If you want a separate dock, you got to buy an
Yeah.
SD card. You know the games are still $60 a piece in the little cartridge. I don't know. It's definitely a good thing, and it's gonna get more people into both mobile gaming and home console gaming. Huh?
Especially though, like as they get more titles, this I mean, sales are just going to keep going up for the
Oh
Switch.
yeah.
It's going to be it's going to I imagine that it's the activity in the sales is going to stay high until they pretty much fulfill their catalog. Like if they pretty much cut it off and get more to a normal like yeah, we're going to release a game once in a while like all the other consoles. Until then, I think sales are going to stay up because with each new game that's going to be supported, there's going to be a whole new group of gamers out there that goes, "Oh, now I have a reason to want
Hmm.
it."
When Splatoon 2 hits in summer, I think that's when it's really going to take off. Because then we're going to have, we're going to have exclusive IP, the sequel to a really successful original IP for Nintendo. You're going to be able to take it on the go with you. We're finally going to get to see the real online matchmaking capabilities of the Switch and how you have to use the phone, the smartphone app in order to accomplish all of that. I'm not sure if that is all working at the moment. And it would have to be working by the time Nintendo releases Splatoon 2. Because if
Right.
Splatoon 2 releases and it doesn't have online multiplayer, nobody's going to buy it.
Yeah, I guess I don't have a lot to say back for that.
That's fine. All right, so I guess that's all the news we got for today. Thank you, Ashley Silverdust, for being here.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
It's been a wonderful time. Let me know if everybody else out there liked the way that this video was done. I don't think this is going to happen very often because this is kind of really chaotic for me, and without a script, I have no idea what I'm doing. So there are no game releases. Go look them up on Steam or Metacritic or wherever you can to find games. Yeah. See you next time.
Bye.